Fuck her. Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is D Durrell. Sorry about that. I had issues with the I had a lot of issues with the mic and everything. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm back. I had a little bit of issues going on with the phone and everything. Wish y'all having a great morning today. This is D Durrell Life Solutions. Happy to be here again and chop it up with you all to have a discussion. Lately I've been, doing a lot of had a lot of good videos going on talking about, how the political atmosphere has affected mental health of our people, America in general. And so for today, I want to talk about, there seems to be a lot of shaming, blaming, and explaining going on as it involves the people who decided to vote for Kamala Harris. There seems to be this whole, narrative about, the percentage of percentages of how black people vote. And my overall summation of that is that why do you care who we vote for? You don't see us going around complaining the fact that, you know, basically, oh, excuse me, the people who are the masters at racial politics, the same racial politics that, produces 45 or 46 white presidents. You hardly see any senators, black senators, male or female, and you have a handful of congressmen, depending on the state you're from. And that's just facts. So who's really playing racial politics? So when it comes down to it, no, you should not be ashamed of who you voted for. That's your opinion. You have your right to discuss. You have your right to form your own opinion about the person that you think is fit to operate this country. Now, you all can say, well, D. Durrell, you talked about the people who voted for Trump. I don't have an issue with you voting your own interests. What I'm talking about is the people who voted against their own interests. Okay, and I'm sorry, the Hispanic population that voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump are voting against their own interests, and that's facts. White women who voted for Donald Trump in some ways voted against what they perceived to be their interests. Depending on where you are in life, where you live, what you have going on. That's my issue. What's going on, Tracy World? How you doing, Queen? So I'm not in a position to tell anybody how to vote. I admit it. I voted for Kamala, and I would vote for her again. And if she ran again, I would vote for her again. I would rather have I would rather have Kamala Harris as president. I don't care whether or not her racial uh, ancestry is mixed up with uh, people talking about the fact that her mom is Indian, her dad mixed this, and I don't care. When I look at Kamala Harris, I see a black woman, okay, and there are tons of ambiguous looking black women, and Kamala Harris doesn't look all that ambiguous to me. When I look at Kamala Harris, I do not confuse her with any Indian woman that I have seen in real life on television at all. I do not confuse Kamala Harris with her mother. Okay? However, if I saw her dad and he said this was my daughter, I would have no questions about that. And that's just the facts. So, appreciate you all for coming in this morning. It's 10 in the chat. We got 1 like. Let's get those likes up a little bit. Once again, D. Durrell Spears, D. Durrell Life Solutions. I'm doing the vertical game again. I'm definitely liking the vertical game. And so, I want to hear Kamala Harris supporters who are proud of their pick. I want to hear Kamala Harris supporters and voters who are proud, who come out online and say, yes, I voted for Kamala. We lost. This is the reason why I voted for Kamala. This is the reason why I chose not to vote for. I chose her over Trump. If people want to bring up the reason why I want to didn't vote for her, or I voted for her because of whatever political reasons, I voted for her because of her experience being part of the Biden administration. I voted for her because she was a black woman. I voted for her strictly because she was a Democrat. Okay, or you just voted for her because she was a woman. Or you just voted for her like myself because she's black. I'm not getting into these percentages and who's full and not discussions. Nobody is confusing Kamala Harris with being something other than black. So I'm not playing those games. Just like Barack Obama. Barack Obama has more white blood in him than she does. Of her mom, whatever. She's Indian. Okay? Nobody confuses Barack Obama with a white man. No one that I know of looked at Barack Obama and thought, oh, that looks like a black man. That looks like a white man. No. So I'm not playing these games. There are black men that I know who are not mixed, who are lighter and look more white than Barack. They're mixed, quote unquote term mixed, a biracial man who look far more black than white. Nothing about Barack Obama says white to me. At all. Nothing at all. Kamala Harris, nothing about Kamala Harris tells me she is Indian. If Kamala Harris turn her hair back natural, I guarantee you Kamala Harris' natural hair does not look like an Indian person's natural hair. You take the straight comb, whatever she did, pressed it, whatever she did to her hair, Kamala Harris' hair does not look like the way it looks naturally. That is not her natural looking hair. Okay? Guarantee you. You look at Kamala Harris when she was a young girl, her hair doesn't look the way it looks now. Without chemically being changed. So I'm not doing the racial game. I'm not playing the racial. I'm not having the racial conversations that in our essence are irrelevant. So what is there an issue about black people who have voted mostly for white people? Black people vote more for white people in political office than black people. So why is it now an issue of how black you are? Since having the right to vote, since black men had the right to vote second to white men, even had the right to vote before white women, right? Black men who voted pretty much voted for white men, even if they were black candidates. Black people didn't begin voting for black people until probably after the civil rights movement in the 70s, and then the 80s, and then now. So we have historically voted for white people more than we vote for black people. We have historically done that. The only exception is maybe a handful of congressmen and senators and Barack Obama. When Jesse Jackson ran, more black people voted for Mike Dukakis or whoever ran at that time, Mondale or Dukakis. Then they voted. More black people voted for a white person in the Democratic Party than Jesse Jackson. When Al Sharpton ran, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. More black people voted for the opposition to him, to Al Sharpton. Same thing on the Republican side. The black men who have voted, when Shirley Chisholm ran, more black people voted for the oppositions to Shirley Chisholm. What's up, Hermes Mora? Oh, Darthand Perry, okay. Listen, we have historically voted more for white people or sorry about that. Got a phone call. We have historically voted for, non-black people than black people. Outside of just a few exceptions. And to a certain extent, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. But at this point, particularly in my life, as I have evolved as a person, I will give a brother or a sister a chance, my vote, as long as they make sense. As long as they make sense, as long as they have some level of policy that positively affects me and my people, you get my vote. You'll get my vote. When Kamala Harris ran for president back in 2019, 2020 for the 2020 election. Okay? When she ran, I was not voting for Kamala Harris. I voted for Biden. Okay? I think Kamala ran twice. I want to say she ran in 16. She probably didn't run in 16, but I know she ran in for 2020. I wasn't voting for Kamala. I'm just being honest. I didn't vote for Kamala in 2020. Voted for Biden. And I'm not ashamed to say it. The reason why I didn't vote for her is because she came in to me as a bit. She didn't have clear policy. She didn't seem like an effective communicator about the ideas that she wanted. I don't think she had a real platform. I just think she ran for president. She ran to be vice president, really, and she was chosen. And I was happy that she was nominated to be vice president, his running mate, and that was one of the reasons I voted for Biden. Outside of probably voting for him anyway, they gave me more incentive. This black woman, in my opinion, I'm not going to go into measurements of blackness, became the first black vice president and first female vice president. That's nothing to sneeze at. It's not. That's a huge accomplishment. It's a monumental accomplishment. Now, the problem I have, and this is why, and I'm to everybody that's listening to me, everybody that's watching, 77, we got 77 people that's watching right now. Come on, we got to get these likes up. Y'all being stingy with these likes. Come on, guys. Please subscribe and share to D. Durrell Life Solutions. Come on, guys. Give me some more likes. You need to give me 10, 15 more likes. The reason why I'm not ashamed, and I'm telling black people not to feel ashamed, is because her loss was not her fault. Her loss in the election was a Democratic loss. It was a failure of the Democratic Party to show leadership and make tough decisions to eradicate policy that nobody cares about. You spent millions of dollars trying to convince the American people to vote for populations of people that they don't care about. They care less about who you're sleeping with and whether you get married. The average American is like, I don't give a damn about who somebody's in what bathroom and the sex change and them and those and them and they and all this silliness that y'all wasted money on. And I'm paying $200 more for groceries. I'm paying a dollar more for gas. My electric bill high. Tuition cost is going up. So with all of that, you think I give a damn about who somebody having sex with? And they're right to do these things that have no direct or indirect effect on my life? No. Now see, West Bank, DVA, you said top of the AM, D. Durrell. I just couldn't bring myself to vote for Kamala. Okay? Now, West Bank, let me tell you this. You brought yourself to not vote. You couldn't bring yourself to vote for Kamala. So I assume you voted for Donald Trump. Come on, man. Now see, it's your vote. It's your right. That's your right. But see, I don't want to hear people shaming. How they tried to shame black men. Telling black women you ain't a real, you gotta vote for our sister. Telling black men why you not voting for her. When actually we voted for her 85, 86%. Black women voted for Kamala. The hell y'all talking about? We supported her. Wow, I got 117 in the chat. Got a few more likes. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to say this. You should not feel ashamed of who you voted for. Black people, you vote for who you vote for. You vote for who you want to vote for. Okay? Can't tell you who not to vote for. I can't tell you who to vote. Feats Wizzle, you're racist, bro. I'm racist how? Tell me how I'm racist. I'm racist because I'm telling people to vote for their own interests that relate to their own people. The same thing every other people can do. Fit Wizzle, explain to me how I'm racist. You said my people talking about all blacks. Yes, all black people. Did you read the title? It said black people should not feel ashamed for voting for Kamala Harris. They shouldn't. Now, Curvy Company Militia, let's see Scamala Nasi, like Donald Trump ain't run any scams. He been scamming people for the last 60 years, 70 years of his life. Stop. Let's stop. The bottom line is this. The Democratic Party should have sat Joe Biden down and told him, Biden, we know that the latter end of that first pregnancy, you didn't even know what time it was and what day it was. You didn't know what country you were in. You don't have the mental capacity day to day to be president. And yes, we are helping you and assisting you and using you as a figurehead, but we can't do this the next 4 years. He initially ran stating that he was going to be a buffer until we find another candidate for the Democratic Party. They didn't do that. The Democrats felt like Biden was the only person that could beat Donald Trump. And I disagree with that. Biden was not the only person that could beat Donald Trump. But what I will say, and what this election proved, is that no woman can beat Donald Trump. He beat Hillary and he beat Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is the first American president to never run against another man for president. He's the first American president to win 2 elections and he beat both women. No, I ain't say nothing wrong. Everything I said was right. Yeah, she talks about the economy and the immigration debates in her rallies. Now, I'm going to say this, Timothy McCabe. This is another issue besides the LGBT community issues. You spent time trying to advocate for policies that have no effect, directly or indirect, with the average American. The average American cares less about policy that allow illegal immigrants or even immigrants to come into the country. Matter of fact, there's more issues with Americans who feel like some of these immigrants are taking away entitlements and job opportunities. Okay? The average excuse me. The average American is really, I'm not going to say anti-immigrant, but then they have no, they're not, they don't see any value in bringing in more people into this country. They don't see the value in that. They're not advocates for people from other countries to come in and to live the American dream. They're trying to obtain the American dream on their own. It is not important. They do not find it important. They do not find it important to be worried about people from other countries that they don't know, don't care for, can't even communicate with. And that's just the facts. So you spend all of this time worrying about where people go to bathrooms, sex changes. Well, you can't have a sex change really, but gender reassignments, procedures. You're worried about immigration. Okay? You're on the wrong side of the immigration argument. 120 in the chat. Appreciate you all for coming in. I appreciate you all for being here. Listen. We don't care. We don't care. Okay? We don't care. And I know there are probably people of several communities, the Hispanic communities, the Caribbean communities, the Eastern European, and the Asians that sneak in here illegally. And you may have your uncle, cousins and distant relatives that come to this country legally. The average American cares less about that. Okay? The average American doesn't care. The average American doesn't care. We don't. We don't care about a easy pathway to citizenship. We're already citizens. Why would we care about that? So allowing more people into this country to take jobs that I want is supposed to benefit me. How? The average American cares less about that. The average American does not care. What's going on, Nkrumah Toure? I hear what you're saying, CTM Dragon, McDragon. I hear what you're saying. But I'm in Texas, and we deal with border issues all the goddamn time. And we deal with border issues all the time. Matter of fact, the state of Texas has spent a lot of money, and they're not getting the financial support that they think they should be having. And the bottom line is that you cannot afford to just openly take in people of other countries. I can't go into any of those countries the same way they think they can come to my country. Matter of fact, I can't operate and function in another country thinking that they are going to I can bully them into speaking my language, even though English is a global language. And they have to, in order for me to function, you have to, learn my language to speak to me instead of me learning your language to operate and function. That's backwards. That's backwards. It doesn't make any sense. And no other country functions like that. What's up to Rule 503? He says, either our funds go to foreign wars or housing illegal immigrants, taxpayers just made to suffer. Yes. And you think I'm caring about letting other people in? It only costs me money? No. The bottom line is that we've allowed so many people into this country, it's time to have a closed door policy. It is time for a closed door policy for the next 5 years. only under certain circumstances that we should be allowing people to come to this country. And when I'm saying come to this country, I'm meaning come here because you got some special skills that no other country has, no other people have, and we want you to come and improve our economy and our educational institutions or things of that sort. We want people who are professionals, who have skills, specialized skills that no one else has. We welcome those people. Certain education, certain skills, not just educational wise, it could be blue collar or whatever, but if you have certain skills and certain attributes that are rare and valuable, well, we welcome. I welcome. I welcome those people into this country, along with your family. But if you just coming here to work, no. You just coming here because I want to experience its refuge from tyranny. Well, I feel like I need refuge from tyranny. The black man been dealing with tyranny for 500 years, for over 400 years. Where can I go? Correct your own problems in your own country. Okay? Now, guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. West Bank said, need to return your camera, bro. Nah, this is okay, man. I'm just chilling here. I just had to take care of something right quick. CTM McDragon says, I concur we should maintain strict border control until we can effectively address the issue of illegal immigration and simultaneously work towards improving our economic situation. Listen, those same people that voted for Donald Trump, now he's plotting to deport your family members that are trying to get here from other countries, and the ones that are already here illegally, they sending them back home. And those are facts. Those are facts. You can say whatever you want. You can have whatever position you think you should have. But in our essence, Kamala only had 4 months to run for president. She didn't have enough time. She didn't have a primary. You should have sat Biden down and made Biden drop out the beginning of this year. Kamala needed at least 10 months. She needed at least 8 to 10 months. 4 months was not enough time. That's what she needed. She didn't have that time. She made the best of what she had, the hand that she was dealt. And so that's what happened. Hold on, guys. Okay? So you didn't give her enough time. You could have actually also financially supported her more. She did get decent support, but she could have gotten more support. They should have had a primary, but they didn't want to do that. And they panicked with Biden. She didn't have enough. She didn't have enough time. 120 days is not enough time. Nobody runs for president with 4 months. No, it's not enough. She probably wouldn't have won, and that would have been a good thing. If she would have lost the primary, that would have been a good thing. So then we would have a stronger, um, a stronger candidate. And so this is what we get. But to me, she followed the party line. You're worried about certain populations of people who the average American cannot relate to and don't care about the outcomes of their life because it has no effect on their real life. I could understand our border nations. I'm sorry, not border nations, but border states not voting for Kamala or Democratic Party. I understand that. But don't you know most of those border states outside of California, they all voted for Trump. And that's what I meant by people voting against their own interests. Because those same people who voted for for Donald Trump of certain heritage that don't live in this country, they're sending you back home. They're sending you back home. That's facts. Now, someone's making a CMT talking about the appropriation of funds towards the celebrity campaigns. So they only play with black folks like that. They don't play with other groups of people like that. We the only people that do the celebrity, the hip hop, stripper dance to the pole and all this other boogie down to the pole and ride the soul train down to the pole line and vote early and all that. See, they only play with us like that. They don't play with other groups like that. And the fact of the matter is that those ads and those campaigns are ineffective. They're ineffective. It's ineffective. Exactly. Now, this is a good thing. Jose Mendez says, how can you vote in an election if you are illegal? Makes no sense. Yeah, you're right. But, Jose, what you're not understanding, it ain't those who are illegal. It's the legal people who have illegal family, friends, husband, wife, uncle, aunts, that they assist in crossing the border. And again, this is not relegated to Latin America. There are tons of Eastern Europeans that are here. There are tons of Asians that are here. There are tons of Caribbeans who are here. Yes, they are. There are tons of East Africans and some West Africans who are here. And they are here. They're here illegally. Jose Mendez said, remember that we didn't cross the border crossed us. Jose, let me tell you something, Jose. You could believe that the border crossed you or you crossed the border. The bottom line, the people that come into this country illegally are crossing the border. Okay? The border only crossed the people who are actually living in those territories. That particular notion has no value today. If you were born of another nationality, you didn't cross any border. I mean, we didn't cross your border. You crossed This border. The land you thought was yours, you lost it. You lost the land to Texas. And then Texas gave the land to the United States. So we can go into all of that if you want. We got 119 people in here. We got 11 people who got the like, gave me a like. Appreciate it. Yeah, the land got stolen. So is all of North America and South America was stolen. So tell me something I don't know. Who doesn't understand? The world said the whole stolen land argument is tiresome. Go tell all the current nations of the world to return the land they have to its original people and see what they say, especially over there in Europe. Exactly. You can have whatever point you want. You ain't gonna change the reality. So guys, I got to get out of here. I see the camera is kind of acting up a little bit, and I'm around the 40-minute mark. I do appreciate you all for coming in. This is D. Durrell with D. Durrell Life Solutions. Guys, for the people in here, please subscribe. Please share my content. This is good content. This is great conversation. Have a great day.